Welcome back to Dinar Community, your trusted source for factual, timely, and thoroughly researched updates on the Iraqi Dinar IQD, Vietnamese Dong VND, and the evolving structure of the global monetary system. For years, this platform has aimed to bring clarity to a space often crowded by speculation and misinformation. Whether you're a longtime follower of the currency revaluation movement or a new investor exploring opportunities in global finance, our mission remains constant: to deliver accurate, evidence-based insights into one of the most misunderstood areas of international economics. Unlike many online spaces that echo rumor and hype, we focus on verified intelligence, institutional signals, and real-world data, ensuring that our audience receives content rooted in credibility, not conjecture. A shift from speculation to structure. For more than a decade, discussions around the potential revaluation of the Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong have moved between hope, hesitation, and doubt. Many dismiss these conversations as fantasy, confined to niche circles and speculative forums. However, the situation appears to be changing. Recent developments, supported by information from institutional insiders and financial analysts, suggest that the revaluation narrative may be entering a new, operational phase. According to multiple reports, Chase Bank, one of the world's largest financial institutions, has allegedly listed fixed internal exchange rates for both the IQD and VND inside its private banking network. If confirmed, this could represent a turning point, marking a shift from theoretical discussion to actual systemic readiness. Fixed internal rates, a signal of preparation. Sources claim that Chase's internal financial systems now display non-fluctuating, fixed rates for the Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong, rates that deviate sharply from the public forex market. In professional banking terms, a fixed rate denotes stability and pre-launch preparation, often appearing only when a currency is being positioned for revaluation or structured adjustment. The reported figures are extraordinary. $40 per Iraqi dinar IQD, $2.51 per Vietnamese dong VND. If true, these would mark one of the most dramatic revaluations in modern economic history, with far-reaching consequences for global trade, investment flows, and regional development. Though these numbers have not appeared in any public system, they are reportedly visible on institutional dashboards reserved for elite clients, hedge funds, and interbank traders. Such listings suggest more than casual testing, they imply operational readiness for activation. Historical context. Why these rates make sense. At first glance, a $40 valuation for the Iraqi dinar seems almost unbelievable. Yet, viewed through Iraq's historical and economic context, the figure begins to align with rational financial analysis. Before 2003, the Iraqi dinar held values between $3.20 and $4.13, supported by vast oil reserves, a state-backed economy, and a strong export base. Following years of war, sanctions, and structural instability, the currency's value was deliberately reduced, an artificial suppression designed to control liquidity and external influence. In recent years, however, Iraq has undergone major economic recovery. The banking sector has been modernized. Foreign reserves have expanded. Anti-corruption reforms have strengthened governance. Monetary policy has moved toward transparency. Many economists argue the dinar's current low valuation no longer reflects Iraq's true financial power. In this context, a rate correction toward $40 may represent not exaggeration, but rebalancing, a move to restore parity based on the nation's real asset foundation. The Vietnamese dong, a strategic correction. Similarly, Vietnam's dong has remained severely undervalued, trading at fractions of a US cent despite the country's robust economic fundamentals. Over the past 20 years, Vietnam has evolved into one of Asia's fastest-growing economies, driven by strong manufacturing output, export diversification, steady GDP growth, increasing foreign direct investment. The government's historically low exchange rate policy helped maintain export competitiveness and internal stability, but it also suppressed the dong's true worth. An upward correction to around $2.51 per VND, while seemingly radical, could in fact be a measured realignment that reflects Vietnam's global economic stature. Should Chase's internal data be authentic, this adjustment would mark a pivotal moment for emerging market currencies, one that brings the VND into closer harmony with its actual asset-backed value. The source of the leak. Unlike official press releases or coordinated global statements, this revelation reportedly came from insiders with direct access to Chase's institutional banking interface. Multiple sources have confirmed that the rates appeared as active but pending, a financial term denoting validated figures awaiting a formal activation trigger. Such sensitive data is typically locked behind non-disclosure agreements due to the potential for market disruption. However, in this instance, information has surfaced through multiple independent confirmations, suggesting a degree of authenticity not seen in prior claims. This aligns with long-standing theories that global monetary authorities, such as the IMF, the Bank for International Settlements (BIS), and the U.S. Treasury, have maintained a coordinated framework for controlled currency realignments behind the scenes. Preparation over excitement. If these reports are legitimate, investors should not react with unchecked excitement but with measured readiness. Global financial shifts of this nature operate on tight, confidential timelines. When activation occurs, movement can happen within hours, not weeks. Those holding dinar or dong should authenticate all currency and maintain verifiable proof of purchase. Document holdings with receipts and certificates. Identify legitimate exchange centers and request written policies. Seek professional legal and tax advice before exchanging. Above all, avoid unverified social media chatter or rumor-driven panic. True preparedness is strategic, disciplined, and informed. Reality check. Optimism with discipline. While the internal figures, $40 for IQD and $2.51 for VND, are the most specific yet linked to institutional systems, no public confirmation has been issued by Chase Bank, the IMF, or any government body. These potential rates indicate readiness, not execution. Activation depends on global coordination, policy synchronization, and macroeconomic stability. Therefore, while optimism is understandable, patience and critical thinking remain essential. True financial transformation doesn't begin with hype, it begins quietly, systematically, and with careful planning. Final outlook. If these internal values are indeed authentic, the world may be on the verge of a historic monetary event, one that could redefine currency valuation, trade balance, and economic sovereignty for years to come. This would not simply be a speculative moment, but a global recalibration of how emerging economies are valued within the international financial system. At Dinar Community, our commitment is simple: to deliver information that's factual, timely, and verifiable, cutting through rumor and fear to provide clear understanding. As the situation evolves, we'll continue monitoring institutional channels and report any official confirmation as soon as it becomes available. Until then, stay informed, stay calm, and stay ready. The global financial stage is shifting, and those who are prepared will stand at the forefront of one of the most profound economic transformations of our time.